Today we are going to start international trade policy. It is from chapter 8 to chapter 12, and today we will study about trade restrictions, usually called tariff, chapter 8. In theory, in previous chapter, we studied that free trade is always better than restricted trade because free trade maximizes the world output and it benefits all nations. But practically, all nations impose some type of trade restriction are on the free flow of goods and the services. Since these restrictions and regulations deal with the nation trade or commerce, they are generally known as trade or commercial policies. So in this chapter, we will study, we describe the effect of a tariff on the consumer and the producer, identify the cost and benefits of a tariff on a small and large nation, and will describe the optimum tariff and retaliation, understand the meaning and importance of tariff structure. So first of all, we will see that what is a tariff. A tariff is a tax or the duty which is imposed on the traded commodity as it crosses a national boundary. A tariff is an import tariff or it may be an export tariff. An import tariff is a duty on imported commodity and export tariff is a duty on an exported commodity. Import tariffs are more important than export tariff. So most of the discussion in this chapter is about the import tariffs. There are the different types of the tariff. Ad valorem tariff, specific tariff, and compound tariff. Ad valorem tariff is expressed as the fixed percentage of the value of the traded commodity. जो उसकी price है उसकी percentage के according जो tariff होगा किसी भी commodity के, it will be called ad valorem tariff. Specific tariff which is per physical units, जो उसकी quantity के according होगा कितने unit आपने export किए हैं import किए. And finally a compound tariff which is the combination of ad valorem tariff and the specific tariff. Here there is an example of these type of tariff. For example, a 10% ad valorem tariff अगर आप bicycles पे लगाते हैं, it would result in the payment to the custom officials of the sum of the $10 on each $100. क्योंकि उसकी price पे अगर $100 उनकी price है bicycles की और 10% tariff है तो आप $10 जो सा वो pay करेंगे on imported bicycle. And the sum of the $20 on each 200. अगर उनकी प्राइस $200 है तो आप उस पर $20 पे करेंगे. On the other hand, a specific tariff of $10 on imported bicycle means that the custom official paid the physical sum of the $10 on each imported bicycle. किसी भी bicycle को जो import की गई है उसकी जो भी price है आपने उस पर $10 जो से हैं वो tax pay करना है. Then finally a compound duty of 5% जिसमें ad valorem है and a specific duty of the $10 on imported bicycle would result in the collection by the custom official of the sum of the $15 on each 100 bicycle जिसमें 5 ad valorem हो जाएगा और 10 जो सा वो उनकी specific tariff total 15 हो जाएगा और $20 on each 200 जिनकी value 200 imported bicycle होगा. These were the examples of the different types of the tariff. So we will start from the partial equilibrium analysis of tariff when the import tariff is imposed by a small nation. Small nation जो सा उसकी assume करने का purpose ये है कि if a nation is a small and the industry or domestic industry which we are studying for the tariff is also small, then the tariff will affect not the world prices, nor it will affect the domestic industry price. So we assume that it is a small industry and that a small nation which impose the tariff on the imports of a small industry. So the partial equilibrium effect of the tariff will be analyzed with the help of diagram in which here it is demand of X and is a supply of X. Here it is the example of the nation 2 because the nation 2 was importing the commodity X and it was also producing the some amount of the commodity X. So it is the nation 2 from the previous chapters where nation 2 was importing commodity X, and it is the supply curve of X for the domestic market of the nation 2, and it is the demand curve of X. Here in this diagram figure 8.1, in which dx is the demand curve and the sx is the supply curve of the commodity X in the nation 2. In the absence of the trade, the intersection of the demand and the supply curve defines the equilibrium point, which is here given by the E, and this nation is producing and consuming domestically with the price $3 of commodity X. After the opening of the trade, this nation consumed 70 units of X, in which 10 units are produced domestically and remaining 60 units are imported from the nation 1. And the price is equal to the international price, which is $1. And now it is lower due to the free trade of nation 1 with nation 2 of commodity X. So nation 2 is importing this commodity from nation 1, which is available at lower price, and now price is 1 at international level and also for the nation 2. So after the opening of the trade, this nation is producing only 10 units and it is consuming 80 units of commodity X. Before trade, it was consuming at point E, where it was producing and consuming 30 units of X. Now we assume that this nation imposed the tariff or the tax on the imports of the commodity X. And it imposed the 100% tariff on the price of the X. So before that, price was $1 with 100% tariff. Now the price is $2. And supply curve, it is the foreign supply curve, international supply curve, which is SF with the 100% tax and the price now $2. The supply curve shift upward. It is horizontal because it's elastic, infinitely elastic. Now, after the tariff price is $2, so consumption, this domestically, this goods will produce more because now the producer will receive $2 for each unit. So instead of the 10 units domestically, now this country is producing, or this nation is producing 20 unit of commodity X. After producing $20 units, this nation is now consuming only 50 units of this commodity. Before tariff or tax, it was consuming 70 units. Now, due to higher price, 20 units are not consumed, only 50 units are consumed. And from these 50 units, 20 units are produced domestically and only the 30 units are imported. Before tax, trade imports were 70 minus 10, 60 units, but after the 100% tariff, now imports had reduced to the half. From the 60 units imports only, it is to the 30 units. So trade volume has decreased after the imposition of the tariff. Now we can divide the effect of the tariff as consumption effect of the tariff, production effect of the tariff, trade effect of the tariff, and the revenue effect of the tariff. So see here in the diagram, production effect of the tariff is given by this amount. Original consumption was only AC, but now it is AM, so CM is the production effect, that the 10 units of production has increased. Consumption effect is BN. Before tariff, this nation was consuming 70 units of X, but now only 50 units. So BN is the consumption effect. Trade effect is 30 units. Before tariff, this nation was importing CB amount of commodity X, but now it is importing only MN amount. So 30 units are less than before. So it is the trade effect. Now at the end is the trade effect is given with the BN plus CM. BN plus CM. This is total trade effect. Now is the revenue effect. Revenue effect is कि after tax गवर्नमेंट ने कितना रेवेन्यू कलेक्ट किया है. तो MN अब पीछे आपकी imports रह गई हैं, तो MN multiplied by this amount of the tax, which is the $1, So M, N, H, J or J, H, N, M is this rectangle is showing the revenue effect. So this nation is collecting $1 tax on each $1 imports of the commodity X. So 30 units, 30 multiplied by 1, it is collecting $30 revenue given here. So this is called the revenue effect. Effect of a tariff on consumer and producer surplus. What is the consumer surplus? It is the difference between what consumer would be willing to pay for each unit of the commodity and what they actually pay. Graphically, consumer surplus is measured by the area under the demand curve and above the going market price. So the increase of the price of the commodity X from Px is equal to $1 to Px is equal to $2 as a result of the 100% tariff that nation 2 imposes on the importation of the commodity X will lead to reduction in the consumer surplus and increase in the producer surplus. When price increases, consumer surplus decreases and producer surplus increase. And in this example, tariff has increased the price for the consumer and also for the producer. So producer surplus has increased and the consumer surplus has decreased. Any question, Metro, about tariff or what we have studied till now? Trade restrictions, there are the different types of trade restrictions, but today we are studying tariffs. Nation imposed restrictions on the free flow of international trade. Since these restrictions and the regulations deals with the nation trade or commerce, they are known as the trade or commercial policy. Restrictions are advocated by the interest groups who benefit from them because the free trade is better for overall for whole nation or the world. But there are some groups which are benefited by the tariff. So these are advocated by those interest groups. And the most important restrictions are the tariff. A tariff is a tax which is imposed on the traded commodity as it crosses international or national boundary. An import tariff is the duty on the imported commodity and export tariff is the duty on an exported commodity. Import tariffs are more important and there are the different types of the tariff. Ad valorem tariff, which is expressed as the fixed percentage of the value of the traded commodity. Specific is expressed as the fixed sum per physical unit of the traded commodity, and compound tariff is the combination of the first two forms of the tariff. It is shown here the data of 2004 tariff in some developed countries, especially textile and the clothing tariff is very high because these were exported from the countries which were the labor abundant and have the cheaper labor, and this industry is use more labor. So the developed countries industry was not able to compete with the imports from these developing countries. So these countries imposed a high level of tariff. Australia 12.8 and as percentage, and Norway 3.4, New Zealand 7.3 and 5.9 on the leather, rubber and other goods. Here it is a partial equilibrium analysis of the tariff. It is the supply of X in the nation 2, which is importing the commodity X. It is the demand curve of X in nation 2, and this nation is before trade is producing and consuming at point E with the $3 price. After opening of trade, it is importing this commodity at price $1, and at this price, domestically producer are producing only 10 unit of this commodity. And at this price, consumer are demanding 70 unit of this commodity. So 70 minus 10, 60 units C presented by CB are imported from abroad. It is the foreign supply curve. When this nation imposed 100% tariff, price increase for the domestic consumer from $1 to $2. So now the consumer are consuming only 50 units of this commodity. 70 minus 50 B and is decrease in consumption. But with the higher price, some more producer are providing it domestically. So its domestic consumption increased from 10 to 20 units, and production effect is CM. And trade is shrinked from the 60 units to only 30 units, because now imports are this area MN, which is 50 units consumption and 20 is produced domestically. 50 minus 20, 30 units are imported. And 30 units are imported, 30 multiplied by 1, which is the tax. $30 is the revenue generated, which is presented with M and H and J. So the line SF represents the infinitely elastic free trade foreign supply curve. 100% tariff price increase to the $2. The line SF plus T represents the new tariff included price. The consumption effect of the tariff is equal to 20x. BN, the production effect is the 10x increase. It is the 20x decrease. And the tariff effect, trade effect is 30x decrease in the total trade, and the revenue effect is equal to the $30. These are in the units, physical units, and this revenue effect is given in the dollar MJHN. The more elastic is the demand curve, the greater will be the consumption effect, because with the increase in the price, demand will respond more elastically and it will decrease the consumption. The more elastic is the supply curve, the greater will be the production effect. The more elastic are the demand and supply, the greater is the trade effect, and the smaller is the revenue effect of the tariff. Tomorrow we will see about the effect of a tariff on the consumer and the producer. Surplus. Ask any questions, students, about this topic which we have studied today.